Suzuka is an old school favourite, an old seat of motorsport and a place where so many champions have been crowned. Let's get the weekend started then. It's practice in Japan.
Absolutely. Welcome back, YouTube. Welcome back, Outcasts, future Outcasts. It's episode 3 of my F125 My Team Career Racing Journal. And it's round 3. I'm in Japan this weekend. And so far this season's been okay, actually, despite the struggles. I'm in a brand new team with no upgrades, no development whatsoever. And the team's core focus is on fan rating and fan engagement, so they don't care that much about results, so long as we do better than expected. So the fact that we got P7 in Australia and managed P9 with all the mistakes in China, I'm feeling pretty good about Japan. It is a track that I'm a little bit more comfortable with. I do tend to go well here, so I'm hoping I can bag some better points this weekend. The caveat here, though, is, as I mentioned in episode 1, I learned to drive the F1 cars on the Logitech G29 wheel and pedals, and since the beginning of this series, I've been driving on a Logitech G Pro wheelbase and pedals with them installed on an actual rig. So the experience from that original Logitech G29 set and this new rig is very much night and day. I hear a lot of people say that about, what it's like to upgrade. It really is night and day. There's no describing it. And that difference is nowhere else more noticeable than on this track. The S section, the S corners of section 1 really highlight the difference using a direct drive wheel. The constant force on your arms and the input you're feeling. It's wildly different, and so that's sort of the caveat here. It is a track I'm much more comfortable with, but I'm not sure how it's going to go with this new rig. So it's important to do practice sessions here. I don't get to race that often with my full-time job, so whenever I do these sort of episodes, I do try to record the whole, like a good practice session, and then we move on to qualifying and move on to the race. But we're starting our first lap of our practice strategy program here. And we started with a bit of a slide, and that's okay. We got a little bit wide into corner 1, but that's okay. We pull it in nicely for the apex, and we get a nice exit, actually. Here comes the S-curves. It's so beautiful, and man, can you really feel this in the arms and in the wheel on a direct drive wheel. It's such a different experience, and so I'm still hoping I can be quick here. I'm a little bit hesitant on the throttle there, and pull the car nicely into the Degma corners there, and then a little bit lock up going into the L there, and it just it's okay. It's feeling nice, actually. I mean, it's still deceptively solid. It's just that I'm making mistakes, and the car is just slow, it seems. Of course, the green delta there would make you think that I'm actually doing a good job until of course I hit the grass going into the spoon curve there. But the green delta there would make you think I'm doing well, but the team, as I mentioned, is primarily focused on fan engagement and fan rating. They're not too focused on team performance. And so the delta is actually geared to the fact that I'm the last. We're the last place car in the performance index, so this is for last. That's not good enough. But we'll see how the rest of the session goes. All right, guys. The rest of the laps went pretty well, but I'm here in lap 4, and we've now caught up with our teammate, Jarno Otmir, who's also running his practice program. And I just wanted to highlight the fact that I'm driving as Brandon Lee, and my teammate is Jarno Otmir. It's so much fun that I can do this.
This is a practice session, buddy. You can't even let the little guy have a practice session?
And we're back in the practice sessions garage. Well, I guess it's the garage for the whole weekend, but yeah, and the telemetry's looking good. The tire wear is better than expected.
Finally.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. The fourth lap there is when we ran into our
good signs.
teammate, but everything else was looking good. So yeah, I'm feeling good. I think I make a couple adjustments to the tire pressures here just for tire wear and the tire temperatures I was noticing. Other than that, everything felt good. I think I have to adjust the front brake bias as well for the first corner. But yeah, everything felt good, just not very quick. So yeah, this is the setup we're going with, and let me know if it's crazy in the comments. And yeah, this is the end of practice 1. We ended up P10. It's feeling good so far. It's feeling good so far. Let me talk to you about these engine components. I think on round 3, I usually switch them. And skipping on ahead here to qualifying. Yeah, I usually switch the engine components on about round 3 or so that I can kind of use those engine components, the first set, as my sort of practice set for the practice sessions going forward, and then I'll have a race set that I use until they wear out, and that helps me sort of add some longevity to the engine components. Let me know what you guys do for your engine components. I mean, I found a few people that do the same thing, but maybe there's a better way or a different way to do it. But yeah, this is Japan's qualifying session. I'm really hoping I can get some points here. Again, at the time of recording, everything was looking great. I mean, the practice session went over relatively well. The delta was green, which made me feel great. So, you know, I'm hoping that there's some pace and we can get some more points here. And also kind of redeem ourselves from China, because, you know, even though we got a couple points in P9, it just wasn't acceptable driving. I'm not comfortable with how many mistakes I made in that race, and so I'm hoping to take this one a little more seriously, redeem myself, and you know, I work a full-time job, so I don't get to race much. When I do, I try to do these as a fulsome sort of race weekend, you know, with a real practice session where I can warm up and feel the car, get used to it again, and then we move on to qualifying, where I try to really throw it around and then move on to the race. So yeah, we've warmed up our tires now for the first qualifying lap, and we're gonna keep ourselves a little bit wide on the entrance into the back straight, just to cut the corner down when we're finishing the lap. Make sure our brake bias is set and our ERS is set. We pull into the corner a little bit wide, missing the apex, but we kind of bring it in nicely, and we get a nice exit as well. We pull ourselves nicely through the S-curves, keeping ourselves in the 5th gear. I go a little bit wide there and a little bit wide here, but the momentum's with us again, so I'm holding on to it, and we just try to use all the curb. We try not to pussy out of using the throttle there. Everything is looking very firm though, nice and solid. And going into the hairpin here, we're gonna have a little bit of a lockup, but actually the momentum is still with us, so I'm gonna keep going. And now I'm noticing the battery here is pretty full. We could use the rest of it here. I'm just gonna cut the corner down on the right. Gonna pull ourselves into the spoon corner here, just nicely, just dance with it, and we cannot get the throttle down quick enough because of the fact we were on that inside curb. That's something to note as well. But we're just gonna finish up the lap here. Everything else felt pretty good, and we know now there's some room for improvement. Let's just try to keep this last chicane nice and solid. Tuck ourselves in, cut the corner distance, and we bring it home with a 129.9.
P6. Hello.
And again, I'm tricked into thinking
Fucking Hulkenberg.
I'm doing well.
Then again, I think that's 8 out of the 8 who've gone, I think.
Yep, I'm starting to figure it out. That actually, that was not great. So we had to go again. You can see I'm in P19. Now I'm wondering if that was just because I happened to go out first, or at the beginning of the qualifying session, that my lap ended up, you know, getting me pushed back even further than I should have. So I'm going again. I got a nice swing through all of the corners there. That felt really nice. Nice swing through the S's too. The rear end is just sticking and sliding with us nicely. I still am going wide in that corner there. But then we bring up Dunlop and I'm just holding on for dear life at this point. We notice that we're up almost half a second on the Delta, pulling ourselves along the Degma corner there, pulling ourselves along under the bridge. Everything's looking nice and solid. I'm really hoping I can clear up this hairpin right here. And I try to avoid the lockup again. And I do, but this time I don't get the momentum swing, and I didn't end up making any time because of that. And I'm probably actually losing time down the straight because of that. So I'm going to swing myself even harder into Spoon here. I'm just trying to give it everything this car's got. Trying to avoid that inside corner so I can get the power down again. And we're up 6/10 about, and I'm feeling again like this is gonna put me top 5. I'm feeling great right now. It's probably the gloves. But I bring it in nicely in the chicane at the end of the lap. We get the power down, we pull the nose in, we cut the corner, we're 4/10 up. We lost so much time in that last chicane, but still 4/10 up. I'm wondering where it was, and
to join us
yeah.
again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Yeah, P19. Not great. Not great.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Oscar Piastri lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Tsunoda, Leclerc, Lando Norris, and Antonelli, Ocon, Hamilton, Behrman, and Carlos Sainz, Albon, Russell, Pierre Gasly, and Hulkenberg, Bortoletto, Stroll, Isaac Hadjar, and Liam Lawson, Lee, Colapinto, Fernando Alonso, and Jarno Opmeer completes the grid.
Try to put the starting position out of your mind.
Yeah,
Just
so
focus on the race ahead. We can still do a good job here today.
I'm noticing that even though we're starting near the back, I do have the one stop available, and I can start on the harder tires. I like to start on the harder tires when I'm starting near the back because I can kind of coax my tires in. I can kind of use the people ahead to help me keep some extra life in the tires, and just I find I can drive pretty consistently when I get into the open air. So that's sort of the strategy I was hoping to go with here. And yeah, unfortunately I'm not able to get the tires warmed up again, trying everything I can, but let me know in the comments how you guys warm up hard tires on Japan. But we're lined up nicely here, and we're getting on our way. And it's lights out. Away we go. We get a pretty good start, especially considering Lawson next to us on softs. Stroll with the horrible start actually backs everybody up, and I'm kind of boxed in again, almost like I was in China. Not really sure if I can't get around the outside here of Hadjar, but nothing doing. Now I need to defend on the inside. I want to hold on to at least this P17 if I can. Some hard runners up ahead. Hadjar as well might be able to pull us forward, and I'm able to get ahead there of Stroll. And yes, it's looking okay for now. I know we might be bunching up somewhere, so if I just keep my wits about me, we need to be careful here. The cars backing up into each other, and actually Behrman has a moment, and I'm just about able to avoid it, and I want to pull down the inside, but I see the yellow flags, and I know it's not worth it. I'm going to get the illegal overtake.
Damn.
Yeah, it just wasn't worth it. So we hung back. We did make up a position, though. I'm in P16. Not the worst start, considering I'm on the hards. Hoping I can make some inroads here, but we're going to see how our race pace is. On Japan, I'm expecting good things so far, remember. But you can see that Behrman's able to just pull away. We're under attack from Lawson behind us on the softs here. So I'm wondering if I might have to let him by. But I'm also noticing we're catching up quite a lot in the slow speed corners like that. But then again, he's just gone again in the straights, so I'm starting to get concerned. I have to defend from Lawson on the outside here. And I'm able to keep the position going into turn 1, but turn 2, it just doesn't, just couldn't quite bite in like Lawson's tires could, and I'm able to defend, but we've lost some time to the cars ahead. I'm hoping I can pull forward. I'm really not wanting to lose DRS, and I'm starting to realize that I might have bit off a bit more than I can chew with how good I felt about this race so far. But we're going into some slow speed corners now. I'm able to catch up a little bit. It looks like I'm within DRS of Behrman. I'm actually going to catch all the way up. I take this hairpin very nicely, actually. And now we're into the slipstream of Behrman. Of course, you don't get too much of that slipstream effect. And I'm using the higher downforce this time. And yeah, it looks like we're kind of starting to realize we might have to settle in here. Lawson's still going to be a problem on those softs. And even on this straight, we were catching up. And we're back down to nearly almost a second behind, using all our battery in defense and trying to maintain this DRS position. But they are fighting up ahead. And it is going into slow speed chicane, so I'm hoping I can't sneak in something here behind Behrman, but nothing doing, and that's left me with no energy for the straight. Lawson's gonna get past me, and in sneaks Albin. I'm just noticing him now, and he goes down the inside. I don't know how I avoided this. I try to defend on the inside here. I'm desperate to keep position. I'm just able to pull ahead of Albin on those hards there. That low downforce on the same tire set is maybe working for me there, but yeah, I really don't want to lose track of Behrman there. It's not looking good for our race pace, so we'll see how this goes. All right guys, moving on to lap 10 now. As you can see, Albin's actually made his way past us. Behrman has made it up the road, and now we have a angry looking right, we have an angry Leclerc behind us on brand new softs, as you saw him come out the pit there. I'm hoping if I can't stay with Albin here, I'm gonna be in trouble, but these are the slow speed corners I'm really pushing to try to keep in, and you can see right there, I actually went over the line there, got my first track limits warning. And I'm thinking I can get around Albin. My tires seem to be actually gripping up now, and the higher downforce is paying off in these later laps. I'm able to get ahead of them. And this is good news for me, knowing that I've only got the one stop to make. Everyone else is, well, a lot of other people are doing 2 stops, so we'll see how this goes. Of course, we're still struggling with the battery and the straight line speed, now having to defend from Albin, but might be able to keep DRS here. Just gotta pay some appreciation to these swooping corners and the ability to just play this game. So much fun here, but of course I'm fighting to hold on to the DRS from Bortoletto ahead. And we've got Leclerc behind us, still on those angry brand new softs. I'm gonna pull into the Tegmer corner again. I'm pushing too hard. And it's really starting to sink in now. that actually I'm about to have another nightmare weekend probably. A 3-second time penalty is really hard at this level to come back from for me. And so yeah, moving on to lap 15 now. We're behind Sainz, and I'm thinking if I could have just held on to him a little bit longer, we could maybe elongate this a little bit, but just trying to keep up with him, I'm just losing grip. I make a mistake again, and he's just well gone now, well out of DRS, and I'm totally vulnerable now to Antonelli. I've got that 3-second time penalty, and so I'm wondering now how I'm going to make anything of this race weekend. But our team is more focused on fan rating than it is performance, so a P11 is still great. Points would be better.
Box this lap.
And so yeah, I'm gonna decide that it's time to pit, but I go wide in the spoon corner, and then I just get a little knock from Antonelli. And yeah. Yes, indeed. Please let me know in the comments where you guys think I need to improve most for my driving. I've decided I've had enough. I'm gonna box now. I know that a few cars are gonna have to box again after me, so maybe I can get a bit of an undercut. Want to be careful to not get a penalty here. Want to get that good turn in this race as well. And yeah, I know. I know I said I was trying to go for the bit of an undercut, but it's actually a bit of an overcut because I did stay out one lap later. But I will have much fresher tires. So I'm hoping that, you know, if I can get the tires in a good temperature and I can get a lot of decent laps in right now, good fast laps, I'll catch up and maybe scrape into P10 or P9, even with the penalty. And yeah, so, well, we've put in a lot of good laps, and we've managed P10, but...
And then I ruined the fuck... Oh, no!
We ended up with Antonelli behind us, pushing and spooking us into another mistake. And now we have a 6-second time penalty. But, again, P11 would be better than anything else. I'm noticing Hulkenberg behind at 7 seconds. I want to stay ahead of Antonelli through the slow speed, the medium speed corners here, because I know I'm faster than him through this section, but if I can let him by and use his DRS and let him pull me along, I'm trying to give it everything I've got. I want to defend again. I want to stay ahead of him through this section, because if I can let him by later and then just get into the swing of keeping up with him in his DRS, maybe he can pull me along further enough away from Hulkenberg that maybe I can maintain a P11. P10 obviously points is out of the question. There's only 5 laps left, but I'm really doing everything I can to keep pace here. And yeah, I'm just seeing the writing on the wall again. I'm gonna have to just concede, let Antonelli by, and yeah, this realizing now, you know, things are not going well in the races, and it's a lot to do with my driving, unfortunately. But yeah, as you can see, the cars are now closing up behind. They're also now within that 6-second range, so it looks like P11 is actually going to be out of the books as well. I'm trying desperately here to hold on to Antonelli. I'm getting discombobulated again. For those of you who've stuck around since the cringy moment in episode 2, I'm trying everything I can to try to hold on to Antonelli. He seems to be pulling away. It might be my only chance. We've got a few laps left to go that maybe I can pull that couple of tenths, and I'm just giving it all she's got. Laying it all out. I'm just throwing caution to the wind, using all the battery, trying desperately to catch that DRS. I know I'm faster into Spoon here. Gotta pull this in nicely, be careful of that inside corner, get the power down right as soon as possible, and we're off. But again, Antonelli's just... He's just gone. He's 7 seconds up the damn road now. I've given up. And that's what happens right there when you let go.
That's what happens when you let go of your rig.
Yep. When you have a direct drive wheel and you let go, those forces are there. And they'll move your wheel without you if you're not holding on to it. I'm now under attack from Behrman, which... I want to stay ahead of him through this section, even though he's probably faster than me, just because I'm probably a bit faster than him in this section. And I really want to try to optimize everything I've got left here in this last lap, because I'm discombobulated again. I'm not sure how many cars are behind Hulkenberg there. We could potentially lose a lot of positions, so we could maybe maintain a few positions here. So I'm trying to give it all she's got into this last corner. I even take Spoon as short as possible, and that kind of leads me to go wide. I get the power down early though, and this is a good exit, but not a lot of battery. And now Behrman's looking at me on the overtake, going around into 130R, and he just gets outside of me. Oh, it just spooked the heck out of me. But we're gonna bring it home here in P12, is that on track? And yeah, see where we end up. Unfortunately, it's not great. Yeah, we end up all the way back down in P16, I think it is. Yeah, so yeah, anyways, thanks guys if you stuck around. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments if you have any ways I could improve my driving or the way I'm recording these. And you know, I'll see you guys around for episode 4. Bahrain hopefully will be a little bit better, but we'll see. Thanks guys. Cheers.